everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I am your host. I did not fart. That was let me scratch my chair. Support puppet, Mr. Chicken. Give a wave. Whee! All right, today we are going to talk about can narcissists feel the trauma bond? Now, this is a very good article that I'm going to read to you, but they're kind of not getting some stuff. Like, to me, it seems like they are just doing a blanketed statement that all narcissists know that we are trauma bonding you to us, or that we actually feel this connection to you, or that we use these tactics on you on purpose all the time. I have tried to trauma bond people on purpose. I felt no connection to them. This was after my very first trauma bond, and I could not punish the original trauma bond person, so I went out and tried to harm other people, but I did not know what trauma bonding was. I had no idea. I did not know the definition. I did not watch any videos on it, nothing. So this was all just coming like naturally to me, but with purpose. I have been trauma bonded twice in the past, and it was all fucking automatic, dude. So I don't know if the first trauma bond tried to use these tactics on purpose with me, but I know my second person, no, we were both trauma bonded to each other organically. All right, so let's go. Can narcissists feel the trauma bond? A majority of narcissistic relationships are kept in place by a trauma bond, which is a psychological response that occurs when an abused person develops an unhealthy attachment to their abuser. They are incredibly intense and cause many people who have experienced narcissistic abuse to wonder if the narcissist in their life feels the trauma bond. Now, when I was doing this with purpose, I felt absolutely nothing except for like pain and projected hate. Okay? I felt powerful that I could control the emotions of other people. But when the trauma bond is organic, everything is on autopilot. I am trying to get the love and validation from another person who resembles my original caregivers. And they never gonna give it up. They're never gonna give it up because they're completely just living on autopilot themselves. Narcissists do feel the trauma bond, but not in the same way that people that they abuse feel it. Now that's false, because an organic trauma bond, yes, we do. A trauma bond makes narcissists feel remarkably well because of the dynamics of the trauma bonded relationships are designed to help them regulate the painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions that they've suppressed. This is during an organic trauma bond. I do not feel good at all. I feel just like fucking you. This article is a thorough exploration of the ways that a narcissist benefit from creating a trauma bonded relationships. We have also created a short video, blah, blah, blah. All right. Trauma bonded relationships make narcissists feel really good. Number one, narcissists feel comfortable in trauma bonded relationships because they have a corrupted perception of emotional closeness. that has rendered them incapable of maintaining healthy relationships. If I have an emotional closeness with you, that means I am feeling that I am falling into a, magical love experience with you. I can't make myself have that emotional closeness to you when I am trying to get you bonded to me because, I'm a empty fucking weak pussy. Okay? Number 2, the manipulation tactics that are used to create a trauma bond relationship gives narcissists access to a massive amount of narcissistic supply that allows them to maintain grandiose sense of self-importance, specialness, and uniqueness. This is the ones that do it with purpose, okay? They give examples of narcissistic supply. We already fucking know that. A narcissist's inability to maintain healthy relationships cause them to feel most comfortable in trauma-bonded relationships. No. But if we have control over you, we feel safe. We feel, pretty good about that. But we have lost respect for you. So when you are feeling controlled, your head fucked with all the time, that's when you know that you gotta skedaddle, all right? The pinnacle of emotional closeness is love. According to the triangular theory of love, the 3 variables that define love are intimacy, passion, and commitment. When a relationship of any kind has these 3 variables present, it is called consummate love. This type of love can be characterized by empathy, mutuality, compassion, and mutual willingness to compromise, respect, honesty, then of course commitment, passion, and intimacy. However, narcissists are incapable of achieving this type of love. To grasp the comprehensive understanding of the reason that narcissists are incapable of maintaining a healthy relationship and how to cause narcissists to feel most comfortable in a trauma-bonded relationship, we have to unpack their origin story. All right. An abusive and or unhealthy childhood upbringing corrupted a narcissist's perception of emotional closeness. It's believed by many health professionals that narcissism originates from an unhealthy, abusive upbringing with emotional, unavailable, unresponsive, and inconsistent primary givers. When primary givers are emotionally unavailable, unresponsive, and inconsistent with their child, they don't mirror their thoughts, feelings, emotions, and needs. This means that the narcissist never got a healthy form of validation, admiration, and reassurance that they need to develop a realistic sense of self and have a healthy cognitive development. Yes. What happened instead was the narcissist developed painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions, which as a sense of inadequacy, being unlovable, unwanted, worthless, and weak. Yes. But because of their unhealthy cognitive development, narcissists do not have the emotional intelligence required to utilize healthy forms of emotional regulation to manage these painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions. To evade further harm, narcissists create a false identity to suppress all their painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions by mirroring society, to get the validation, admiration, reassurance that their primary givers deprive them of. Yes. In a perfect world, the narcissist would be able to use mirroring to build a new identity out of aspects of life that would make them a really good, well-rounded, and authentic human being. However, The emotional neglect that they experience from their unavailable, unresponsive, and inconsistent primary caregivers left them so emotionally stunted and immature that they are incapable of looking past society's exterior. As a result, they end up building their false self-identity out of most superficial, trivial, and materialistic aspects of life. The sad outcome of narcissists' emotional inadequate approach to constructing an identity is the development of deeply rooted hatred for their true identity. Yes. The emotional neglect that their primary caregivers subjected them to causes narcissists to avoid the fundamental requirements of healthy relationships, such as empathy, compassion, mutuality, honesty, emotional closeness, vulnerability, etc. Because they think it makes them weak, yes. Inadequate, unlovable, unwanted, and worthless. If it is for this reason that narcissists feel more comfortable in relationships where they are in a position of power, control, dominance, yes, such as a trauma bond relationship that they create. Remember, we don't always create it on purpose. The manipulation tactics that are used to create trauma bond relationships give narcissists narcissistic supply. When a narcissist manipulates someone, they are abusing into developing a trauma bond. They place themselves in a position of power and control for which they can get as much validation, admiration, and reassurance, as humanly possible. Now, like I said, when I go into relationships, just run-of-the-mill bullshit, no, I am not using these manipulative tactics consciously to harm you. Remember, I want to get good light from you, okay? I want to get a good reflection from you. So I am going to create all the niceties and everything to get that. It's what I've been doing my whole life with my false self. But all the negative shit that comes in, all the pain being created and caused, those are automatic defense responses. Only a few times in the past when I was low, I did create some of these things with purpose. But this is not an everyday occurrence, and it doesn't last long at all. These are what I call disposable supply sources, and I made a video on that. All right. Anyway, here we go. In the previous section, we spoke about the emotionally adequate approach that narcissists have to construct an identity. Well, this approach prevents them from developing emotional intelligence needed to manage all of the painful thoughts, feelings, emotions that their unavailable, unresponsive, and inconsistent primary caregivers forced on them. See, they're almost contradicting themselves. They're saying that we don't have the emotional intelligence. So that would be us doing these things, automatically, and not being, the scary fucking darkness that's creeping into your life to cause you emotional pain just so we can feed off of it like some demonic entity. All right. As a result, the narcissist suppresses all of their painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions deep within their psyche with the defense mechanism called compartmentalization. In other words, they carry the same emotional struggles that they developed in their childhood into adulthood, what makes their identity extremely fragile. Yes, so we're like a raw nerve, right? And anything that you do or say is going to pick at our childhood trauma where we're going to react. This is not on purpose. All right? Okay. For example, if a cashier at the coffee shop were to tell a narcissist, I understand that you are late for work, but there is a long line ahead of you, so you will have to wait your turn. This would contradict their grandiose sense of self-importance, creating a narcissistic injury, trigger all of their painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions, compromise their emotional stability, and send a narcissist into a rage. I witnessed this at the post office. This guy just was holding up the line, just bitching at the postal workers trying to help, and he was not going to take no for an answer that they could not help him, and actually directed him to a place where he was supposed to get the actual adequate help that he desired. He was not going to take no for an answer. The only way that a narcissist can protect their identity is by gathering a massive amount of narcissistic supply, hence their desire to place themselves in positions of power and control in a trauma-bonded relationship that they create. Remember, most of the time, we're not creating this shit on purpose. This is all automatic. We are not self-aware of who we are, what is happening to us. We are just sleepwalking through life. Now, let's dive into the 4 manipulation tactics that narcissists use to create trauma bonds: mirroring, future faking, the devaluation stage, and intermittent reinforcement, also known as breadcrumbing. We will quickly explain the 4 manipulation tactics. All right, let's go down there. Mirroring. As we mentioned before, when speaking about narcissism or narcissistic abuse, the term mirroring refers to a manipulative tactic that occurs when a narcissist absorbs an extra amount of information about the identity of a specific person or group of people. The narcissist uses this information to create a falsified identity with which others can relate. We do this because we want to get a good reflection from you, not to destroy you, okay? It's all about me, all right? It's all about what I am getting from you, so I look like I am a good person. This is why a lot of people want to go and ruin that false identity by going out and saying, no, they're a piece of shit, you have no idea. This is what we're doing. We are trying to get a good reflection from others. Being too close in a relationship with us is when all of our defenses are going to come out. A lot of coworkers and everything do experience this too, and those people are extremely dysregulated. They don't have their shit in control, their mask on straight, nothing, and they are very unaware of their behaviors and easy to pick out. When a narcissist mirrors someone, they fill a void in that person's life. Yes, this is what you are missing. This is what you need to work on and fill up in yourself, so you also are not going to look for it in other people. It puts a narcissist in a position from which they can transform themselves into the perfect person for the person they are manipulating. Like I said, this is automatic. Mirroring is a versatile form of manipulation because it operates based on the needs of the person being manipulated. Now, when these things are occurring, I do not see it as a negative at all. I'm going to treat you good, and you're going to think that I'm fucking great. Okay? So when you see somebody mirroring you, just see it for what it is. They just want a good reflection, from you. They want to, see you as, we gone through the same shit, or, they're very interested in the things that you're interested. But please do not trauma dump on them, and let them know all your soft spots, all your insecurities. No one can save you from those. Those are things you have to work on in yourself. And when you're letting people know all of your insecurities, somebody who you do not trust, somebody who you just met, they're going to use those things against you. to hurt you because we're projecting our own pain. So we go in our file and we're like, oh, I know how to fuck this person up for hurting me. That's when the punishments come in. Narcissists often know exactly what they need to say or do to make people believe their false promises because of how well mirroring allows them to know the identities of other people. Narcissists use future faking to support. I have, when I am in a relationship with somebody, and I believe, because we're in the love bomb stage together, I believe that you're my perfect person, and I am going to create, different a future with you. It's either because our feelings are fleeting, sometimes we don't want to fucking do that thing anymore. Sometimes, after the devaluation stage, which comes automatically in the video I made called The Cycle, we're going to start looking that you aren't this perfect character that we created for you. You're bringing reality of, your faults. And instead of discussing them with you or telling you, asking you questions, we're going to accuse you of doing things to us on purpose. And then your value is going down. All right. So that was future faking. The devaluation stage. When a narcissist senses that the person they have been mirroring and future faking attaches their thoughts, feelings, emotions, needs, wishes, goals, and aspirations to the falsified identity that the narcissist has created, they will drop the Mr. Perfect, Mrs. Perfect act and begin their abusive pursuit. Wrong. No, it's not like, oh, I got you in the perfect place. People can target you on purpose, talk in very short relationships. People who are actually, very much in that enmeshment honeymoon stage, they're not seeing you as you. They're just seeing you as this perfect partner, okay? When the devaluation comes, we're not devaluing you because we don't even fucking know you. We're just like blinders on. It's like we're just, oh, you're going to complete me in every way type person. And when you stop completing me in every way, you lose value. All right? Intermediate reinforcement. Intermediate reinforcement is the delivery of a reward at irregular intervals and occurs when a narcissist senses that the person they are abusing is emotionally and or physically checking out of the relationship. Okay. Now, to me, I don't know if you're not disposable and I'm in a relationship with you. I do not know that I'm causing this emotional shit on you and on purpose. I don't feel it, okay? But when I see you not acting right, I will try to give you some, whatever I can. Because I'm depleted as shit. So whatever I'm getting you, it is breadcrumbs. It's, the bottom of the fucking bag of chips just to get you back to fall back in line, okay? Get you back to acting normal. And this is I'm just faking this breadcrumbing shit too, okay? All right. This level of power and control puts the narcissist in a position from which they can manipulate and abuse. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. These manipulation tactics turn those experiencing narcissist abuse into huge sources of narcissistic apply for a narcissist. After experiencing mirroring, future faking, and devaluing, intermittent reinforcement has a massive effect on the chemicals in your brain. Now, if I got off on doing this to someone, if I was just feeding off, why am I going to discard you? Why am I going to discard you? Why don't I wait until you are buried in the ground? Why don't I just use you up? Is it because you fight back? Maybe. Is it because I'm getting no light from you at all? Possibly yes. But they make it sound just like we're just targeting every single person in our lives, knowing that we're disordered. And we're not. We don't know. I did not know. And all of those videos and shit out there that's saying they know what they know who they are. No, I did not. I was a victim. I was on fucking victim channels. I did not see myself at all. So when they say if you're questioning if you're a narcissist or not, that means that you're not, then I wouldn't be here. I had to question, am I being abusive? And I had to go deep inside myself. All right. You see, at this point in the relationship, you will likely be emotionally deprived, that the small amounts of kindness, empathy, or compassion that a narcissist will use as a reward. I do this fucking shit automatically, dude. I am not this calculated. If you want to give me that fucking badge of honor, fine, but it's not real. It's not true. Dopamine is the same neurotransmitter that is released when humans abuse drugs like opiates, alcohol, nicotine, amphetamines, and cocaine. What this does to a person being abused is it turns the reward that a narcissist gives out of intermittent reinforcement into their own source of happiness and causes the trauma bond to feel like an addiction. I don't get off on it. I get this, I'm just full of pain. They're acting like I'm just fucking happy as shit, like I'm some psychopathic monster that's enjoying your pain. The only joy I get out is when I punish you for hurting me. That's it. It's like fucking eye for an eye, motherfucker, and that's it. Okay? All right. This is where those experiencing narcissistic abuse become a huge source of narcissistic supply because they will do almost anything to get that reward again. This is bullshit. Just like when we break up with you, if I'm coming back to you, there's something that I need from you. And it's usually, I'm bored, I'm lonely. If I am in a relationship with you, I do miss you. I do miss you. I will fucking think about good things about you. I'll forget bad things just like you. I am a fucking human being, It's just being not aware of any of my behaviors. They're not going to be any different in this relationship if it goes forth. Okay? Please know this. Going back to them isn't going to fix shit at all. You have to fix yourself. Learning about us and trying to change and become even more codependent is not going to help. You have to work on your own inner self-worth, your own learning to love yourself, boundaries, what you are going to accept. You can understand somebody's bad behavior, but you will refuse to be abused. Okay? Anyways, I will put the article in the comments section if you want to read the whole thing and watch the little bullshit videos that they have. But otherwise, I hope you got something out of this. Have a super great day. Follow your dreams. Namaste.